Nazish, it all looks good. You can
That's
start.
great. That's great. So, hi everyone. My name is Nazish. I am a therapist in Illuminations, and today I'm going to do one of my favorite topics, and that is a taster session in my upcoming crystals class. And this is going to be an hour and a half taster session of what the basic crystals class is about. And I am really excited to do this. I've got some of my goodies here, which we're gonna play with, and I'm gonna just check a little. I see there are a few people who joined, and it's good time for me to probably start. So, okay, hi. So before we start, I have a small ritual, and that is if you have any crystals of your own. You could have your cameras open if you like, but mics off. And when we start our questions and discussions, you can turn on your mics, and we are going to do some of those too. For now, I'm going to ask you to perhaps pick up a piece of crystal that you have. We're going to do a small meditation. So if you have any crystal on you in the form of a tumble, a rock, a bracelet, anything that you can hold on to, any small piece of crystal of your choice that you can just grab and hold it like this in the palms of your hand. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Allow yourself to breathe in, breathe out. If you don't have any crystal on you, it's all right. Simply focus on your breath. And as you're breathing in and you're breathing out, you are connecting to the energy of the crystals in Mother Earth. You're slowly allowing yourself to relax with every breath in and out. You're bringing your consciousness from all the places, timelines, and dimensions into the here and now. Feel yourself rooting with Mother Earth as if there are tiny, tiny, cute golden roots coming out of your feet and going deep inside Mother Earth. With every breath you take, your roots go deeper and deeper, deep inside, holding the roots of other trees, other people, beings, all in solidarity and oneness. Connecting with the crystals in the depths of Mother Earth, connecting with the caves of crystals. You are opening yourself up to the vibrations of the crystals, letting the crystals contribute in your life. And you can slowly come back, slowly come back. Very slowly come back. Give gratitude to the crystal that you held. Open your eyes. Welcome back. So, here we go. That was a small attunement to the energy of crystals and Mother Earth. If at any point my voice goes off or any problem that's happening, please let me know. This online platform, I would really rely on your whether I'm reaching or no. So one of the things that people ask is how are crystals healing? What's happening there? How do they hold this healing potential? And there's no the answer could be very simple or very complicated. So complicated if we go in quantum physics. Simple. Let's keep it simple. uh, Everything in this universe has a vibration, a frequency, and that's just how everything is. So a wall is a solid wall because all the molecules are like much closer. So that's the frequency, that's the vibration of a wall. Whereas water, the molecules are a little loose, so that's why it can float. So everything is holding on to a certain frequency, a certain vibration. um, if you hold a piece of ice in your hands, what's going to happen? Slowly, you will feel that the coolness of ice is entering your body, and the ice is melting. So what's happening? The ice is taking the warmth of your body, and you are taking the coolness of ice. Both elements are changing. Is that correct? Yeah. So if you hold, when you are exposed to, for example, certain places, let's just say that when you go to park or gardens and stuff, you start to feel like much lighter, especially if it's like, let's say you are at the sea. So these places you start to feel very light, you start to feel quite relaxed. But if you go to a place where, let's say a hospital, or if you go to a place where the vibration is just stressful, that could be like, you start to feel that within you, isn't it? uh, for example, another example, if you live in a house where everybody laughs together and they are like doing stuff together, and you're eating together, you're enjoying your life, and you're having a good relationship with everyone in the house, then that house energy is very pleasant, so you like to live there. But if you live in a house where everybody is fighting, people are in conflict, and nobody agrees with nobody, people are like lashing out on each other, you don't want to live in that house. You look for excuses to like be outside more, correct? So everything affects us, right? There is a vibration, a frequency to everything. Just like that, crystals have been formed over hundreds and hundreds of years. They were inside Mother Earth. They took on the energies of all that was happening. They came with a life purpose to serve, to help unconditionally. And they developed over the years different abilities. Just like we humans, when we grow, when we are kids, we are like just, normal kids. But as we are growing up, we develop abilities. Someone can paint really well. Someone is a great surgeon. Someone can sing. Someone can dance. Someone else can create amazing fabric. Someone can do something else, something else, something else. So just like how we, as we grow up, specialize in different abilities, crystals, while they are forming, are taking on different abilities, and they are able to emit certain frequencies out of it. So if somebody who is a great chef is able to create very good cuisines, they can cook amazing. And everybody who eats that will say, will agree with it that, oh my God, this is so tasty. You're amazing. Someone who's great at art, you see the painting and you know, my God, this person has talent. So just like that, different crystals have developed different abilities and they are vibrating on a certain frequency. And when you get in touch with those frequencies, you are exposing yourself to what they can do, their powers. And that's how they are creating changes in your energy field. And that's how you are starting to experience a healing with them. So different crystals have different abilities. At the same time, almost every crystal has a very psychic nature, very intuitive. They work on lighter bodies. They work on, they start their work on our auric field. Later, it goes deeper into our body, then in our chakras, then it goes as deep as our soul, our thought body, our mental body, our emotional body. Every layer of our consciousness is penetrated with their light, their abilities, and different sort of healings takes place. So that's how they are working. Now they are formed in different areas of Mother Earth. So they are like, you know, some are specialized only in some countries, and then some others are you know, only found in a certain country. So depending on that land and the energy of that land, they have, and some of them are not even earthbound. So you know, there are meteorites like modavite, tektites. These pieces fell down you know, as fell down as from the space, and then they cooled over how many years, thousands of years, and then became earth crystals. But they are technically pieces of stars that once you know, fell down on earth. So we have different types and varieties of crystals, and for one person to know every crystal, it's not even, I don't think it's humanly possible, because even now after studying them for like about more than 6 7 years, still there are new crystals that keep coming in light, and I can see every crystal has its own legend of what it does and its own stories and its own so it's constant discoveries. um, so that's how it is. It's vast, the topic is vast, and it's you know, the course is an entry level, so that you can understand rather than already knowing what they do. The idea behind the course is for you to understand and tap into how you can perceive what they can do. So it's, the idea is to intuitively connect you to each and every you know, energies of crystalline kingdom, and help you understand what works, what doesn't work for you, and how the crystals are working, what each crystal is doing. You will have your own set of you know, techniques by the end of the course about what each crystal is doing to you. So that's why we are going to focus on a few common ones that are easily available and mostly not fake. So we will one important part of studying crystals is to understand chakras. Uh, I have, you know, I dedicate about 2 hours of the course to teach you in depth chakra work. And why we do that is because it gives you a structure to the healing. So let's say a client has come to me and is like, how can you heal me with the crystal? And I would be like, okay, one way to start is to read your chakras and understand what each of the where the blockages are. And when I read their chakras, and I will tell them that I see that this is the area of blockage, that's what's happening with you. They are usually stunned because of the accuracy of how amazingly accurate the readings are. So they are chakra reading could be one of your to go tools to understand where healing is required. Um, one of the important aspect to do is to get an in-depth chakra understanding, what each of the chakras are doing, uh, how do they get blocked, how to unblock them, what to do about each of them, so that you can have clear free flowing chakras. What does it even mean to have open chakras? So I'm gonna cover. So in the class, I will definitely cover all the chakras, 7 chakras. But for this free taster session, I'm gonna cover one chakra, and the chakra that I chose to cover is solar plexus today. So chakras are basically chakra is a Sanskrit word which means wheels. Sanskrit is a very ancient Indian language, and chakra means wheels. So basically, we have a front and a back, front and a back, front and a back, front and a back. The top and the bottom chakra is one-sided, and all others have like a front and a back, front and a back, front and a back in the middle. A chakra can absorb energy, so when I'm eating, when I am taking the sunlight, or when I'm in nature absorbing all the good molecules and ions there, that's basically me taking in energy. Right now I'm teaching, you are listening. So you are absorbing energy from me. So that's how chakras take energy. Chakras can emit energy. So I am explaining, so I'm emitting energy. When you are cooking, you are emitting energy. So chakras emit energy. Chakras can transfer energy. So maybe one chakra is not working fine, other chakras will overcompensate, run very fast, and transfer the energy to other chakras. So if I can't express myself, I start to like my other chakras will start to overcompensate. Maybe my third eye and my sacral will start to overcompensate, and I will start to do a creative expression of my emotion. So maybe I will draw, I'll paint, I'll write something, and that would be the way I'm expressing myself. So chakras can do that for each other. Uh, so I'm going to teach you about solar plexus chakra today. One of the reasons why I want to teach you is because I really feel like every chakra is important and every chakra plays a very important role. I mean, root chakra is technically the most important chakra according to me to start with for any person. But the reason why I'm going to give you solar plexus is because I feel that there's a lot of stuff around planet Earth that could go right if people have a mass good solar plexus chakra. So, and I'm a very pro planet Earth person, so I will focus on solar plexus today for that reason. If you have anyways doubts or concerns about other chakras, I'll be happy to answer that too. So solar plexus, this chakra is 2 to 3 fingers above your belly button. So basically the stomach area. So the function of stomach in our body is that when we eat food, the food goes in the stomach, then it digests, and I mean then it is like digested. It's all the digestive enzymes are used, and then the sugar is separated, and the nutrients are separated from whatever you ate, which is now flowing in your bloodstream, and whatever is not required is sent to the intestines, and then it's flushed off. So basically, stomach is helping you do that. Now, solar plexus is no different because if you ever notice about each chakra, they are located on an important body part or gland, especially glands. So we all know there are 7 major endocrine glands and there are 7 major chakras. So there we go. Anyway, so basically, solar plexus chakra is about taking in whatever experiences you have in life and then converting it into wisdom. So a lot of things that I'm going to teach you is knowledge. It's like you have heard about it, you know about it, and it goes off. It comes and it goes off. But certain things that I will tell you will stay with you, and you're going to be like, aha, this I know. This has happened to me. So this I know. So things that you have experience with has become your wisdom, like part of your wisdom. So it's not just a bookish knowledge. So a lot of people, they have like these really good spiritual concepts. They have studied so many books about it. They have read and watched series of stuff, and then they are like, they can sit and talk. But when it comes to applying it, they are somewhere lost. There is like a huge gap. So this is the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is basically where things have things have downloaded into your system. You have internalized it. It's now part of your soul. It's part of your blood and bones. Knowledge is only just a bunch of information. It could be a book. A book has knowledge. A book cannot have wisdom, right? Like if we create artificial intelligence, the robots, they will have all the knowledge. You can feed like tons of stuff in that robot and they will do it. but they cannot have wisdom. Wisdom only comes with experience. Wisdom is a very deep level of being. And as humans, one of the purpose we have is wisdom, because as souls we have a lot of knowledge. Honestly, just a second, I'm getting a bit cold. Ooh, that's better. Yeah. So the idea is that we need the knowledge. It's the first step. So seeking right knowledge is the first step. Then understanding that knowledge on a deeper level is the final step. That is wisdom. Wisdom is so important that wisdom is the single most factor that is going to dilute and maybe clear your karmic charge. So let me explain you how important wisdom is. Um, so let's say that somewhere that there's this child who was brought up in a very abusive household. So in that household, everybody was not nice, and they were like very mean, and they would emotionally or physically abuse the kid. And this child and the family might think that this is just the right way to teach kids. It's not like they are doing it on purpose, but some parents just thought that this is the right way to bring kids up by disciplining them in a harsh way. So as the child grows up, they these kind of kids, they might have a very massive problem in solar plexus chakra. So you would either feel very helpless in life, as if you are always a victim, or this person may become very aggressive. So the power area has no balance. It's either you are so aggressive and you want everybody's power because you felt so powerless as a child, or you always feel like a victim. So and as we are like, healing this person, the idea is to help them understand that whatever happened, like they themselves come to this particular. So if somebody is healing themselves, they are basically coming to a conclusion that maybe they have some sort of unresolved karmic charge, and they sometimes try to understand that, okay, maybe this is the only way the parent knew how to love me, and this was just a sad unfortunate thing for me to happen, but it's not my fault and it's not anybody's fault. It's like the system is where they come from has been that way. And sometimes the child also start, like, the person also starts to realize that maybe it's time for me to let this go, and start a different cycle and not repeat the same cycle that was that happened to me. Maybe I will start a different cycle where I will be kind, I will be compassionate to my kids, and that's how I will break this whole genetic, the this whole genetic thing about power and how power is supposed to be expressed. So just by their own experience, this child has learned how power works. So power could be, some people could feel very powerless in life. Some people, they can't stop having enough power. They're very hungry for power. So people who have stomach issues here, IBS or indigestion or allergy issues, these people have to work on their solar plexus. So you have to balance your power area. Some people are scared of power. They think they will misuse power. Maybe they misuse power when they in a different lifetime. So maybe there was a lifetime where this person had too much power, and this person just forgot everything. That now this could be, or maybe they forgot their mission in life. They forgot their mission as a soul, and this power was so distracting they could not have enough of it. So then, in a different lifetime, when they are born, they are scared to use power. But the idea is not to have fear. The idea is not to be power hungry either. The idea is to learn the true nature of power and how it can be balanced. So, one of the aspects of solar plexus chakra is power. You have to master power. Second aspect of solar plexus chakra is empathy. Empathy is our ability to perceive other people as if it's my emotions, my issue, my problem. Just for a few seconds, an empath would step into somebody's space and become them. So empathy is our connection with the empathy is the whole being human thing. Without empathy, we are not humans. We are very disconnected. So empathy is, let's say, my husband came home from work, and I'm like, what happened to you? You don't feel okay. How do I know that? He didn't tell me anything. It's our ability to perceive each other. So there are sometimes, kids who say that my parents didn't even know that I was suffering. That's like such a disconnection, that we don't want to be present in somebody who's obviously around us, and I'm like, living with this person, but I'm so absent. Like these days, one of the biggest problem is that we are too much on our gadgets, and we are always like, in a virtual world rather than real world. So many of us do not even see the people who are around us, friends and family who we can connect with and know what's happening with them. By connecting, we know how, by being present with somebody, just by simply, there's a small exercise. I could like close my eyes and think about someone, and I would perceive what's happening with them. That's just how simple empathy is. It's very easy. Doesn't take a lot of practice, honestly. It's one of our most basic thing as humans, empathy. Now empathy could be like too much. So if, for people who have too much empathy, what happens is their solar plexus becomes very weak, because they have absorbed a lot of energy of other people. Now empathy could be weak. Weak empathy means this person does not even understand what's happening around them, very disconnected. Now people who have like, for example, social issues, they are antisocial, we call them, or something like that. So they would not know what's happening, or they would not care what's happening. Too much within themselves for whatever reason, or too much. Sometimes the person who does not know what's happening is severely depressed. So if any of you who has ever experienced either depression, or you've lived with someone with depression, would know that if I am depressed, I have zero energy to feel you or to know what's happening with you. Depression exhausts a person, it zaps you out of energy. There's no energy left for anything else. So, if let's say, God forbid, let's say my mother has depression. So, she has, like, my entire childhood, then I would have grown up not knowing a connection with my mother. Like she would have zero understanding of what I like, what I dislike, her actions are affecting me, not affecting me. She would not know, not at all. And I would grow up thinking that I am like completely alone and nobody understands me. I would also stop understanding myself after a point, as if that's not normal to do. So disconnection could happen because of empathy, disconnection with self, disconnection with others. Now, moving on to, so if empathy area is too much, sometimes it could cause a problem in solar plex in terms of having too much outside energy inside. So the third and final aspect that I wanted to discuss with solar plexus is, um, oh no, I discussed. So we discussed empathy, power, and wisdom. Those are the three important aspects of solar plexus. Power is ability to manifest my will, the way I want to do things. Empathy is connection with each other, and wisdom is my deeper understanding of life. So when empathy, wisdom, and power are in good congruence with each other, like there's a good balance between all three of them, then I become a charismatic leader. I become someone everybody will trust. So you would trust this person. This person has amazing leadership abilities. They could, if you could think of a good leader, or maybe a teacher who you had in school that you liked, or a college, and you could think of that they had all three of these. So if somebody, on the other hand, has too much power, and they have very little empathy or no empathy for people. And then this person, instead of operating from wisdom, is operating from arrogance, from pride. What do you think will happen? So a lot of leaders around the world have this problem right now. People in leadership position, people who are supposedly running countries, or people who are in any sort of authoritative position, are for whatever reason, we are manifesting a lot of wrong leaders, and out of those wrongs there are some who are very right. And I don't want to get into names, but I guess you know. So a lot of them are doing the right thing, but a massive lot of them are doing the wrong thing. Now think about how the world is going. Only a very little percentage of the world of earth is rich, and the rest of them are either poor or average. So there is like a small percentage who holds the riches of the entire planet. Just a few of them. Isn't this abuse of power? Empathy, wisdom. I mean, the earth was created in a way that resources are equally distributed. Everybody gets what you get. So you all have this land, you all have water, access to water, you all have access to sunlight. Nothing is capped. The universe did not decide that you get less, you get more. But somehow something went wrong, and a lot of resources got captured by just a handful of people, and the rest are just sitting there thinking this is my fate. So there's a lot of stuff going wrong when it comes to solar plexus chakra. That's why I decided to take this chakra today. As for every chakra that blockage happens with a certain element, solar plexus gets blocked by shame. So if the person has ever been bullied, if they have ever been told that you are so stupid, like as kids, if you were ridiculed or told you are so stupid, you have no idea what you're doing, you don't know anything, and you were always put down, or you were put down by certain experiences, if not always. So those things can get stuck to you, and would have, the issue would be a weak solar plexus chakra. Anger and perfectionism could be coming from this chakra as well. Anxiety, a lot of people say that, you know, they feel the pit of their stomach, this the anxiety starts. So losing control or staying in control. So all sorts of anxiety based disorders like OCD, obsessive compulsive, or a generalized anxiety, or fears and phobias, you start to like, there's this thing called the gut, right? So you sort of like feel it in your stomach. So if somebody has issues with perfectionism, that is also coming from solar plexus, because maybe, and you will always have the same story when it comes to perfectionism. So perfectionism is is a type of OCD. So you have like a set of ideas of how things are supposed to be, and if anything goes even a little bit away from that, it drives you nuts, and you will keep making it right until you are satisfied, and you would force that on everyone who you can. So there are some mothers who, or fathers who are like too perfectionist, and they have forced their idea of perfection on their kids. Now the kids who are kids, and they are very trusting. As kids, we even think that our parents are not even separate bodies. We think parents are extension of my own body. So they take whatever the parents give. That's just how it is. They are very trusting when it comes to parents. So if my parent taught me that this is just how perfectionism works, I will hold on to that. That's how religion works. After all, as kids, we have zero idea of what God is, or who angels are, what each religion means. We have no idea. Parents tells us, this is your religion. They were like, yeah, this is my religion. I would grow up and even fight for it, or even die for it. I was just told that this is my religion. So a good idea would be to give your kids options about different religions, and helping them understand what each of them are teaching, and eventually it all means the same. I guess that would be quite good on a side note, by the way. Anyway, so moving on to different aspects of solar plexus. So so shame is the blockage, and shame is basically the fear of being ridiculed, fear of looking like a fool, people laughing on you. That is what's going to cause shame. Yeah, one of the biggest reasons. Now, how do we heal solar plexus chakra? So what can be done? Any ideas? Anyone who knows? Maybe we can share tips before I go on. You can turn on your mics. If someone has any of their remedies about how solar plexus works, you're welcome to please add to it. No? Seriously? All chakra meditation, Reiki, yeah. Reiki is Reiki. Reiki will work on everything. Reiki is a to-go method. Please also add how to heal a child solar plexus who finds no confidence or courage. Yeah, confidence is, thank you for that. Confidence is very important aspect of solar plexus. So if solar plexus is working fine, you will be very confident. You will have no shame issue, no? So, or very little sensitivity to shame. You'll be very confident person. Even if, this person is now not knowing what they're doing, they will still do it confidently. So yeah, blame and complain is an aspect of solar as well. So the more you engage in blame and complain, the weaker you are making your solar plexus. Okay, so Reiki, hypnosis, biofeedback, yellow jasper. Thanks, guys. That's some cool suggestions. Okay, so I'll start with my suggestions. So as solar plexus is the element, the every chakra is an element. Solar plexus element is fire. So fire is one of the most active elements. It's how we say flame your fire, and bring some fire in you. So it's more about having this activity like a go-getter attitude. So procrastination is right opposite. Laziness, procrastination, this is all weak solar plexus. Hyperactivity is an excessive solar plexus. So when you are a go-getter, you're like, yeah, let's get things done. So everybody knows, like, we have like this one person who's like the life of a party. So they'll make all the plans, they'll gather everybody, and they're gonna get everything done. And in the party, they're gonna be the most enthusiastic, energetic. So this person has a very good solar plexus, very energetic, very enthusiastic, getting things done, getting things done, getting things done. So this is a right solar plexus energy. Very confident, full of life. This is how we see a person with good solar plexus as. So someone, so yeah, speed of manifestation depends on solar plexus chakra, by the way. So how much speed and effort or effortlessness goes into something depends on solar plexus chakra. For example, I want a glass of water. There's water right here. I just have to stretch my hands, get the water, drink it. Or water could be in a different room. I'll have to go get up and get it. Or water could be only available at 2 in the night. That's the only time where the water will be allowed as per government rules. Or I could have to like carry like this pot on my head, walk to villages, draw it from a well, carry it, walk to villages, carry it back. The speed and effort required to create something in life is dependent on solar plexus chakra. So things can happen effortlessly, very fast, if solar is working fine. If solar is weak, the same thing could take a lot of effort and a lot of time. That's how important this chakra is. It creates ease in life if it's on your side. So yeah. So how to heal this chakra? Psychologically, overcoming shame, overcoming laziness and procrastination, and building confidence. So you could do these by with the help of any type of techniques. We could clear this with the help of crystals. We could work this with the help of hypnotherapy, Reiki. There are many techniques to do the psychological work. Uh, Other ways to work on this chakra is one of the best ways is to get active. So if you know you suffer from laziness, procrastination, or a weak solar plexus, uh, sweating it out helps. So running, jogging, dancing, uh, doing some gym activity, yoga, anything to move your body will be very good. So you must have noticed for all that who actually exercise, that when you exercise, when you engage in any form of physical exercise, how the energy starts to feel like a lot suddenly. There comes a time where you feel like a lot of energy. Now this will not happen in the beginning stage, because in the beginning stage all these tight rusted muscles are like moving, so there will be resistance. But there will come a time when you exercise and you feel like so energized, you're sweating it out and you're having a lot of fun with it. So that is a very good solar plexus. uh, Sun gazing. Now you can't gaze the sun at all times. So this can be during first 9 minutes and last 9 minutes, sunrise and sunset. So first 9 minutes of sunrise, last 9 minutes of sunset. When you gaze at the sun, you are working on your solar plexus. And one very interesting way to work with solar plexus, which you might even be surprised to know, is fasting actually. Fasting is a great activator of solar plexus. So you could do like you could decide your own time. You could decide your own comfort. Some people fast with water, so you could like drink just water, or some people would avoid even that. I'll leave that to you how you like to do it, but the idea is to feel the pang of hunger. It's very important. So intermittent fasting is good these days. It's like quite a trend as well. So you could get up in the morning and not decide not to eat anything, and then when you start to feel like very hungry, it could be, so let's say you got up like at 8 in the morning, and then it's like 3 in the night, 3 in the evening, or 4 in the evening, that you decide that now you will break your fast. In yoga, they say that human body can pretty much survive with just eating one time a day. You could eat one time a day and your body will get less sick. Very little sickness can happen, but if you eat twice a day, a little bit more, and if you eat more, like the more you eat, the more your solar plexus is engaged in processing all that food. Rather than using that energy towards spiritual pursuits, it will just use it to process all the food. So you actually slow down your solar plexus when you eat. So you can eat, but you can decide to like keep it light, and eat foods that are like not very heavy. So processed food is a strict no as much as you can. And what else, like fried, and your stomach won't like a lot of fried. You can always have like those times where you are engaging in that stuff. I don't pretty much mind cheese a lot. You can have it in your salads, but not too heavy. Try to eat something which that you're going to feel light with, and not make yourself very heavy. You can have sugar, but again, balance it out. Not too much, nothing too much. A good balanced meal. They say that not too much raw is also good. You should try, and if it's like salads and stuff, try and like not too much raw, but also some cooked food, because raw food takes more time. It takes a lot of time for your stomach to process raw food compared to cooked food. And also non-vegetarian takes more time to process, dairy takes more time to process. So you have to balance it out that way. So one of the ways in which you can work is Again, I'm going to summarize this. I'm going to just do a quick summary for everyone. So solar plexus chakra is the seat of power, seat of confidence, seat of willpower, working fine. It has leadership abilities. Going bad, you would either become aggressive, power hungry, or you would become feeling like a victim, helpless. It could be wisdom, empathy, and power are the three important elements that has to be balanced when it comes to solar plexus. Uh, One of the ways in which you can heal it is by gazing at the sun. First 9 minutes of sunrise, last 9 minutes of sunset. You could activate your solar plexus by exercises when your body is sweating out. That's when solar is active. You could do that by fasting when you feel the pang of hunger. Solar is very very fast. So the times where your body is like sweating it out, you feel that fire, that activity, or the time where your pang of hunger is very strong, those are the times to sit and manifest. So you would take that energy and you would close your eyes and you're gonna ask for what you want. You could either use words or you could do visuals. Visualize what you want. This is the best time to ask. That's how things will show up effortlessly and fast. So before I move to the any next topic, I'm gonna ask you guys if you have any questions, please you can turn on your mics and ask me.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
So first of all, thank you so much for doing this today. This is wonderful. I'm calling from from New York.
Hi. Thank you for being present for this. The more the
Thank
consciousness,
you.
the better in the planet. We do it together.
Yes, that's absolutely right. The one thing that I've always been a little confused about in terms of crystals is every crystal, as you said, it holds a different energy.
Mhm.
And it has to do with the planet and where it's coming from and so forth. But what makes one crystal, let's say, be good for self-love, while another one is good for focus? Another one may be good for pain.
What what makes it good is they have chosen that. They have chosen those properties, basically. So as they were evolving, one crystal decided that it wants to focus on love. So it became, like pink, the color of love, the universal color of love. They took the pink shades naturally, like the rose quartz classic, and evolved into something where when you hold one, you just feel like you are enveloped with this unconditional love. Then some other crystal has developed. So colors are one of the ways to navigate crystals, basically. So the colors of the chakras are also the color of the abilities that the crystals will hold. So we know that solar plexus is going to be yellow. So all the yellow crystals now, you can think of citrine. Citrine is a one of the popular yellow crystals, yellow jasper. You could have tiger's eye. So these are the crystals that has gained enough information to heal solar plexus chakra. They have gained enough information to boost confidence in a person.
I see. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Any other question?
Yeah, hi dear.
Hi.
How are you? Thank you so much for the session. Even last time it was really nice. How do you know that your solar plexus is blocked?
There are indications. So some people may have anxiety issues. Some people may have difficulty being confident, and
Okay.
some people are facing challenges with laziness or procrastination. These are some indicators.
Okay. And what about there's something called sacred chakra also, right?
Yeah, which is below that.
Yeah. So how do you know when that is blocked?
When sacral chakra is blocked, nothing will make you content. Nothing.
Ah,
There's no
okay.
contentment. No matter how, you will keep on engaging in something to make you content, like you for some comfort eating, for example. You keep eating, 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 you can't
Means
stop. Or you
okay.
know, any form of stimulation, like it could be sex, it could be food, it could be games, it could be anything which is like, you know, you will constantly seek stimulation, and it will
Okay.
not bring contentment. Either that, or you would be cut off from stimulation, very cut off, completely bland.
Like even no matter whatever you're doing, you'll feel bored, right?
Yeah, not bored, but very dissatisfied is the word that I'm looking for. It's like the
Okay.
dissatisfaction does not just go away, it's there.
No matter, even if you're doing what you want to do, but you're dissatisfied, right?
Yeah, there is going to be constant dissatisfaction. That's one of the number one ways to identify sacral block. Very, very dissatisfied with whatever is there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Ali.
Thanks. Any other questions?
And what is, sorry, just one more. Which is the crystal you say is like a normal crystal, which we can just keep it all the time with us, like?
Okay, yeah, that I was just actually gonna tell you a list of crystals that you have to get absolutely to have a start with
Okay.
crystals. Okay, so you guys can write down your number one crystal that you want to get is rose quartz.
Rose quartz. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with love. So we will start with rose quartz. You will get a clear quartz. So this is going to be a collection that you have to have these crystals. You have to have an amethyst.
I just ordered one, I think, which one is that? The yellow one for
Citrine.
prosperity. Yeah, citrine.
Citrine.
So
Yeah.
even this,
So
the small size is fine, like it's very small.
that totally depends actually on person to person and what your
No, I
issue
ordered
is.
from Illuminations only. I ordered. It just came. The order
The
just.
no, it's still like depends on what your issue is, what your blockage
Ah,
is. It's
okay.
it's very very relevant, relative. This thing. Okay,
So the
so
more blockage of that area, so the more the crystals we need, right?
yeah, it depends on the shape of the crystal. I'll go to that too. I'll cover
Okay.
that. So you
Okay.
start with rose quartz, clear quartz, amethyst,
Mhm.
lapis lazuli, lapis lazuli. You're gonna get a selenite, selenite with a S, Selenite, selenite. You're gonna try and keep a black tourmaline.
Would you mind telling us also what as you mentioned, the rose quartz was for love. Would you mind telling us what their main benefit is?
Of rose quartz.
No, the rose quartz you told us. Of the other ones that you mentioned, the
Yeah, yeah,
clear
yeah,
quartz.
yeah, yeah. I'll cover that too.
Thank you so much.
I'll cover that. So where was I? Rose quartz, clear quartz, amethyst. We're gonna have rose quartz, clear quartz, amethyst. Where was I? Lapis lazuli,
Black turmoil was the
black tourmaline, and
Selenite.
selenite. So black tourmaline, selenite. Okay. You need to have one green stone. So the green could be either malachite, or you could go for a dark green aventurine.
Is jade not a good crystal to have as a
Jade
green?
too, yes. The jade, green jade. Okay, so let me tell you why I asked you to keep this. This is like, of course, there are so many crystals with so many properties. Even I have more than what I said. But the reason why I'm asking you for these is, number one, they are easily available. This list is easily available. So no matter which crystal shop you go, they will always have these these names. They will have this, no doubt about it. Now, another reason why I ask you is because this is a basic set. So you start with this, then you move to others. It is always better to have the basic set. Now, clear quartz is known as a master crystal. It is an all chakra crystal because it's very clear. It's basically like very clear, and some of them even like have a rainbow inside. If you notice, some clear quartz has a very clear projection of rainbow. So they work on all chakras. They work with psychic development. They are good for manifestation. They are good for cleansing your space too. They are good with almost anything a crystal can do, clear quartz will do. For me, I would go for wands more than any other shape. I would go for wands. The reason is because it could be a natural wand. So I have like this piece here. Now this is a natural wand, very natural. Yeah. And this is a man-made wand, machine-made. A wand has an ability to concentrate on one point. So it can easily be placed on a chakra and the entire energy could be concentrated in one point. Even nature intends wands to be powerful because you see how they naturally are formed like wands, the clusters of clear quartz and stuff. So I prefer, whether it's machine made or it's natural, I prefer the shape of wands. So why did I ask rose quartz? Rose quartz improves overall energy. So when I'm wearing rose quartz or when I'm using rose quartz or I'm placing it in my space, what it's doing is it's elevating the entire energy with love and compassion. So if it's creating a lot of, it's resolving a lot of conflict and chaos by calming the energy down. So you don't fight in your head all the time, or you don't fight in your environment all the time. You are starting to emit love, starting to emit a very high vibrational energy. That's why rose quartz. Lapis lazuli is a very good stone for psychic development. So you could place lapis lazuli under your pillow and it's going to show you dreams in the night. You could place it on your body. It's going to clear your space and it's going to open your chakras. You could hold it in meditation and it's going to give you visions. So it's a stone which will really set you on this path with crystals very well. Selenite is a crystal which is connecting to the light, the white light. So everything that it has the power to pull stuff out of your body, whether it being blockages, aches and pains, issues, and it sends it to the light. Eventually the wand breaks if it has absorbed too much. Amethyst is a crystal which works on your crown chakra a lot, third eye and crown, higher chakra crystal. It beautifully cleanses your space by whatever is the chaos which is part of you, which is inside you. Amethyst can help you heal that. So there's a lot of stuff that we take from outside, but there's some stuff which is from inside, and amethyst can transmute that. It has the ability to change lower energies into higher energies. It can transmute. It's like alchemy. It's a very good stone for mental clarity too. Green stone, especially malachite or dark green aventurine or jade, they are known for, especially if it's a darker shade of green, they are known for good luck. They bring luck. They bring abundance. So I have a really beautiful rough malachite here. So you might have seen malachite in its polished form. This is a rough piece, and you can see this on the side, a polish, but this is rough. So just how nature made it. It's a very beautiful piece. So the green stones are good to bring good luck. And did I cover all the crystals? Did I miss anything?
Black tourmaline.
Black tourmaline. That is one hell of a crystal. So black tourmaline has the ability. Black tourmaline has basically the ability to absorb negative energy, and then it sends it to Mother Earth. So for black tourmaline, I would advise you to buy 2.5 kg rock, like a big rock at least. So don't get tiny pieces, but get big pieces. The big rock, when you get back home, end of the day or whatever, you can like place your feet on black tourmaline. It's gonna like take everything out, absorb it in one shot. You're gonna feel so clean, so light, so nice. It's a really good crystal, really good crystal. So yeah, apart from black tourmaline, there's another black crystal which is good. It's called obsidian. So obsidians are basically cool down lava. Anyone who watched Game of Thrones, these are the dragon glass. So either black tourmaline or obsidians. Obsidians are also very good crystals. So yeah, that's the 7 crystals that you could start your collection with. And if you are planning to join the course, I would ask you to like necessarily important to have a selenite wand and any other wands that you can get your hands on, and other crystal in the form of rocks, tumbles, anything that you can, so it's a good starter pack for you. Yeah, so that's that. When you have time, I don't know. Okay, yeah, you can please ask question, Komal.
Yeah, hi. I just have
Hi.
2 questions. First question is with my daughter, like for so many years, I didn't know the right person to ask this to, but because you've been talking about solar plexus, I just feel comfortable and I feel you might be able to guide me. I've been having a hard time with her. She is a very poor eater. She does not eat confidently, and she's very inconfident, like, one meal takes her 2-3 hours, and I am thinking it is to do with her solar plexus. She promises every time that she will finish. She doesn't. We have stress every single day in the house because she is not growing properly. I don't know how to fix it for her.
What's her age?
She is 8, but since the time she was young, she has never been eating well. She never says, I want to eat this, that, even though the kitchen is open for her. Every meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, we have hard times. Like, I've had so many tears as well.
So there's this thing called issue with receiving. Okay, food is basically a way in which we receive. We receive love, we receive other energies like sex, food. So being humans, we are receiving. And if somebody has issue with receiving, then this is how it may show up sometimes, that the person would refuse to eat. One of the ways that you can in terms of therapy or sessions, there is this technique called access bars. Have you heard of it?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it's a very good technique. Where are you based?
Dubai.
Okay, so you can get in touch with us because there's this technique called access bars. It really works well on opening up the receiving channels. But otherwise also you can like ask your daughter to like do a small meditation with eyes closed and just some breathing, and then ask her to imagine that she is receiving a lot of energies in. So she is taking in the sunlight, her body is absorbing the moonlight, the energy is coming to her from earth, the energy is coming to her from sky, and her body is simply taking it in. She has to open her receiving channels. For whatever reason, she is afraid of receiving or blocked with receiving. It could have happened, as a baby in the womb stage, something psychological, or could have been a past life implication. But there is this is what it indicates for her.
Like, she does not have the strength or any energy to even chew her food. It's just there in her mouth. She has no, like, she's procrastinating for it. She's lazy to eat. I don't know.
She's an 8-year-old. Definitely there is something going on there. If you
No,
have
it's
already
been,
checked with doctor and
yeah,
stuff, and there's no,
everyone.
yeah, and if there's no medical issue, then definitely
No.
work with access bars, and definitely work with the meditation of learning to receive with her. Like, you will have to, her body will not be able to immediately start, so you will have to like slowly build up with the help of the meditation technique of receiving.
Okay.
We all need to learn to receive, but with sometimes this could be an extreme case like this.
Yeah. Okay, and my second question is to do with anxiety and solar plexus that you were talking about. It's like when you heal yourself and you meditate and everything, you resolve your anxiety issues, but I don't know, something within you is so weak that within 2 minutes it's like a click and you again become anxious. And how do
So
you
you're
fix
not
that?
healed it. Basically, we humans are made out of layers and layers and layers and layers of emotions, experiences, stuff that has happened. Some layers are belonging to this life. Some layers belong to different past lives. Some layer belongs to ancestral imprints. And when you are healing yourself, there is no end point. Sometimes I've noticed it's basically
Yeah,
like an everyday job to work on
yeah,
yourself. And for as long as there are triggers present and those triggers affect you, then that means that you have only scratched the first few layers. It has never gone to a deep layer of healing. So when you do meditation, basically you have to learn over the years. When you meditate, you have learned how to tap into your subconscious mind, walk inside and see your own experiences coming from different timelines. Basically, that is a
mm,
very high level of meditation. So that happens with years of practice. If you are not ready, or if you want quick results, you will have to try other techniques. You will have to work with someone for this, because anxiety is something which is a learned response and an auto response of the body. Now after a period of time, it has become an automatic response. So something happens, the first response is anxiety and worry. So it takes a lot of time by yourself to reverse it, but it's possible,
okay,
definitely possible. Or you could do courses and work on yourself with the help of courses. Reiki is amazing, crystals are amazing, meditation is amazing. These courses can work for you.
okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Can you please teach us how to use crystals? And also, I see that you're wearing them on your right hand, whereas like every time that, like for example, in India or wherever else, they told us to wear it on the left in order to receive the power from crystals. Can you explain, please?
I have a sort of like I don't follow many rules, I think, as a person. Uh, so when they say this is that hand and this is that hand, I'm like, I receive from both hands, I give from both hands. So I basically do not have that sort of rule in my head that only with left hand I'm receiving. I am basically doing like anything and everything with whatever I want. I have set my mind free of rules and blockages, and this is the only way and there's no other way. I've set it free. That's why my course will never tell you do it this way or this way is the only way. It will never tell you. I do not do that to people. And there are some people who are definitely my Reiki students in this class, and they will tell you that. I have never taught them that this is the only way. I've always encouraged them to do things, the way they also like. So having a basic structure works. Okay, so healing with crystals. Um, the reason why I wear my bracelets in my right hand is because I wear jewelries in my left, and these ones I never take off, and these ones keep changing. It's just that preference. There's no other reason for me. Basically, how to heal with crystals is a very interesting question. If you have any piece of crystal on you, if you have any piece of crystal on you right now, you can heal it. So what do you have on your hands right now? Do you have any crystal right
No,
now?
I don't. No, not particularly. Like these raw crystals, how do you use them? Like, for instance, you're manifesting. Do you hold it in your hand? Do you place it next to you? Like you've mentioned, one of them you put under your pillow if you want to see dreams.
Yes.
Like, can you just
Okay.
explain?
There are. If you have a wand, then it's a very simple way of using it. You direct it to a chakra, any choice of your chakra. You sort of direct it. You close your eyes, and the crystal starts to do its magic. You do not have to use any specific commands for it to happen. The energy starts to work already. So you just hold it, close your eyes, and it starts. If you have rocks or tumbles, you will lie down and place the crystal over your chakras. And you're gonna place, either you can play a soothing music, or if you know meditation, you can just do some breathing, light breathing, and the crystals are going to elevate the energy. release whatever they want to release, clear what they want to clear. They can be placed under the pillow and you can sleep with it. They can be, how to manifest with crystals although is a sort of, it's a ritualistic technique that I have. So it requires you to, build up grades. I do it with grades. So you build up grades or you make elixirs. So these are techniques which are part of advanced crystal class. So you basically need a lot of crystals for this. You need to build up your collection for doing this. But basic manifestation grid would be to keep a lot of clear chords. Write your intention on a piece of paper. Place it in the center. Keep a nice rock of clear quartz over it and surround it with a lot of other clear quartz crystals. It's going to amplify a lot of energies. And if you know Reiki, you can sit and do Reiki to your grid. If you don't know Reiki, you simply sit there with your intention, your meditation energy going in the grid, and you can keep the grid for as long as 1 day, 3 days. It has to be odd numbers. So 1, 3, 7, 9, 11, something like that, 21 days. So one of the simplest recipe of manifesting with crystals is have a collection of clear quartz. It could be wands, it could be rocks. Write your intention down on a piece of paper, set it in the middle, surround it with clear quartz. All the quartz should be pointing towards your wish. So that's one way of manifesting. Yeah, somebody mentioned about bathing with crystals. So it's actually a legit technique. You can use, so depending on what your intention is, let's say your intention is to bring beauty in your life, or your intention is to bring luck, or your intention is to bring cleansing. Based on that, I have given you properties, right? So if you are bringing luck, you will use green crystals. If you want beauty, you're going to use rose quartz. You could use moonstone, or you could use carnelian. They will bring beauty and grace. If you want cleansing, you're going to bring black tourmaline or obsidian. You could dip it in your bathtub. Avoid putting selenite and angelite in water. These are the two crystals that should not go in water: selenite and angelite. You could place different crystals at a time too. So you can place a rose quartz and a clear quartz. So let's say you are looking for a soulmate. So if you're looking for someone like a companion, a soulmate, a partner, you are going to place rose quartz and clear quartz together. Not necessarily in the bathtub, but on the crystal grid or under a pillow, or you will always keep them together because they are basically mates. A rose quartz and a clear quartz are mates. So the clear quartz is the male and the rose quartz is the female. And they together, they make a pair. So you bring them together to form a perfect yin-yang balance. That's how you can manifest a soulmate with them. So yeah, you can do that. You could dip the crystals in the bathtub. Yeah, you could put rose quartz and moonstone together as well. So your choice of crystals, you dip it in the bathtub, you fill the water, and you can add your choice of essential oils to it. And you are going to close your eyes, be in the water, and allow the crystals to simply change the vibration of your body. You may feel energy phenomena happening, energy moving, body starting to shift its energy, thoughts coming up, memories coming up. This is all the phenomena of cleansing that's going to happen. So different ways in which you will feel the crystal working on you is that either your mind will move towards different thoughts. So suddenly you will start to think something that happened when you were 8, 7, out of nowhere. Or a certain event of your life will just come in a flash and go. Or a person's energy will come in a flash and go. So this is just how they are basically, what they're doing is, so we, every memory is also crystallized in our body. So everything that has ever happened is like a tiny, tiny crystal in my body right now. So when I use the crystal on me, it's accessing that particular crystal and removing it. bringing it to surface and removing it. It's basically clearing everything. And if wisdom is required, the wisdom is getting downloaded. Just taking the time. So, we are not gonna rush. Yeah, so one of the ways in which you can improve your psychic abilities with crystals is to have the list that I gave you, and to basically hold it and meditate with it. So I'm going to teach you a simple way to meditate with it before I close the session. Any questions?
Hi.
Hi.
I'd like to know how to, like, is there any crystal that can ward off the negative vibes or the negative energy?
Ward off, right?
Yeah.
So it could either be lapis lazuli, rose
Okay.
quartz.
Lapis lazuli is the one that you said is good
It's
for
a blue
psychic.
color. It's yeah. So
Oh.
if you ward off, if you want to ward off, it's lapis
Yeah.
lazuli. You could go for rose quartz. You could
Okay.
also go for black tourmaline or black obsidian. Black stone will not ward off. Black stone will absorb. So before it comes to you, the crystal will absorb it. The lapis lazuli knows how to ward off. You could also use clear quartz.
Okay. All right. So when you say that we can use it to, remove it or to, be protected from the negative energies, how do we use these stones? Can you
You
tell
could be
me?
wearing it.
Hmm.
You could be wearing it. You could be keeping it. Like for women, we have a really good pocket here.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could place a tumble down there
Okay.
and nobody would know. You could be putting it as a pendant. You could be carrying it with you in the purse, but skin touch is always better, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you have already picked up some negative energies, when you go home, you could always hold a nice big rock of rock of black tourmaline. It will cleanse you. Or you could use your selenite wand. So if you get a selenite wand, this is like a crystal. I'll say, if you have just money to buy one crystal, buy this. Honestly,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
seriously my favorite. So all you have to do is hold your selenite wand over your root chakra. So root chakra is basically your pelvic region. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So your pelvic region. So you hold your selenite wand over your root chakra. You do not
Yeah.
touch it. You place it slightly away from the body in the
Yeah.
auric field. Close your eyes and just ask it to do your cleanse. Your entire body is gonna emit everything that it doesn't want. Clear it. Within minutes, the clarity will come. Within minutes, the heaviness will be gone. It's a very no-fail recipe crystal, honestly.
Great. Thank you.
So
Just one last quick question. Can we use it for kids also?
if you want to use it for someone else other than you, I will advise you to do the course, because when you
Okay.
work with others with the crystal, especially with selenite wand, the process becomes different. The process becomes, you start to see their energies, you start to see their experiences, you start to see sometimes their past lives too. You need to
Oh.
learn how to know how to deal with that stuff, how to, where to send what you see. So on yourself, it's okay. On others, do the course. Otherwise, a lot of mess up can happen, unfortunately, where we can like mess up. Like you might just not know, and you may bring something out which is not good, which was
Oh.
sleeping, but now you brought it out, and now it's like a like a ticking time bomb all the time. So
Oh.
if you want to work on others with crystal, even if it's your kid, please actually engage and do the course, because you will
Oh.
learn the techniques in the course.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks. I have a quick
How long
question.
is the course? How much is the course? And when are you doing the next one?
The date was, I think, 13th of June, if I'm not mistaken, is the basic, and it's happening online. Because of coronavirus, we are not doing an in-person right now, but hopefully in July, there are hopes of getting back to in-person as well. This time it's happening online. It's going to be a
How
basic.
long is the course?
It's a full day course, 10 to 6.
Oh, it's just one day. And what is
Yeah.
the cost of it?
The cost. I think it was $7.99 last I knew it. I think that's the cost. $7.99.
So 800 dirham.
Yeah.
Which denomination?
799 dirham, yes, AD.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the course, I can tell you what the course can carry. So first is an in-depth seven chakra understanding. That's going to be one of the first things you will learn is very, very in-depth seven chakra work. You will learn how to work with pendulum. Somebody actually asked me how to work with pendulum, but honestly, it's not possible without me teaching you about chakras first. So I will not be able to teach you pendulum work today. Uh, uh, because you need to learn the chakras first. You need to know about each of chakras properly. Only then your pendulum will be giving you the right information. Uh, so you will learn about pendulum. You can diagnose chakras with pendulum. So you will know which are working, which are not for yourself or anybody else. You will learn about how to cleanse the energy with pendulum. So how to clear chakras with pendulum, how to clear the energy of space, etc. with pendulum as well. You will learn proper pendulum work. You will learn how to work with wands. You will learn how to cleanse your crystals, how to recharge them and keep them in good shape. That is a very important part of basic class, to maintain your crystals well so that you don't deplete them or you don't depress them. And you will also learn how to heal yourself and how to heal other people. That's going to be part of basic crystal. After you will always have like access, we have WhatsApp group and stuff, so you will be connected to all of us who has done the course and who has studied at the stuff, and you can always ask questions, discuss. You will always have basically a connection to other light workers, not just me but other light workers, like-minded people. Yeah. That's the
Hi,
crow saying hi.
so-
Yeah.
do you have a Facebook or Instagram account where we can contact you if we want to learn anything from you in future or something?
Sure. I am available on Facebook. I teach with Illuminations platform though. But yeah, if you look for Naz Khan, Naaz, Naz Khan Khan, connected to Illuminations.
Okay,
It
thank
has
you.
my picture as well on the profile, so you might be able to recognize me. So yeah.
Thanks.
Any other questions before
Yeah,
I?
yeah, just last one. Like I got
Sure.
my crystals today, two angels and one, the one which I told you. I've not even
Mm-hmm.
opened them and checked.
Mm-hmm.
But how do I clean and use them?
So one of the best ways to cleanse your crystal is to expose them to Mother Nature. So if you have flower pots in your house, like any sort of plants, you can place them on your plants. So that gives them earth. Then they will get sunlight as well, because wherever you have plants, of course, you might have sunlight. So they will get earth, they will get sunlight, they can get moonlight. That's one of the easiest way to cleanse and charge them. So if you don't have pots, then flower pots and stuff, then you can place them near the window, or if you have a balcony where they can get sunlight. Even if the sunlight is coming through the windows, it's fine, as
So do
long
we
as
have to
they are.
charge them every day?
Basically, what I do is I just keep them on the windows. They permanently stay on the windows in my
Ah,
house. I
okay.
have some very big ones, but I'm lucky enough to have the light. So I have like this whole shelf with crystals basically, and some of them are like this big. So, but the light comes in, so they always have access to nature. They should not be kept in a cold dark place, like like closed up and stuff. So as long as they get light, sunlight and moonlight and nature and fresh air time and again, you can always put them to wash. You can take them to the sea, you can let the waves wash them. Now once again, angelite and selenite should not be exposed to water. The rest all of the crystals are fine, so you could place them on a bowl of salt as well. You could put them in the bathtub, with essential oils, and let them stay in water with essential oils. All of these techniques can make your crystals very happy.
Yeah, but with children at home, I can't leave them at the window. They're very small, not the big ones, just the tiny ones I got. So
Okay, so
I just keep it there and like bring them in.
yeah, you can. 3 hours is the standard time, honestly. So three
Okay.
hours of sunlight could do a lot of good.
Okay. Maybe I can put a small pot and just keep it there outside, and then
Mhm.
bring them in when I need them.
Yeah, yeah, perfect way of doing it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, just one question. Even the black tourmaline has to be cleaned in this similar
Very
fashion
much.
as you
Black
were saying?
tourmaline, very important to clean. Very important.
Hello.
Black tourmaline is extremely important to clear. So you should leave it in sunlight time and again because it is an absorber. So it has to send that energy back to earth. So it has to be left in nature.
So a similar fashion as you mentioned, keep them in
Yeah,
a pot for 3 hours in
yeah,
sunlight.
yeah. If you don't have pots, then it's just simply sunlight. That's fine. And every once in a month, when the moon is full, you can let your crystals out in the moonlight. So I leave my crystals out for 3 nights during the full moon. A night before full moon, the main night of full moon, and the night after full moon. These 3 nights, my crystals all stay in the moonlight, charging them with the light of the moon, and they become very clean and very charged.
And do you suggest any crystal for anxiety, heightened anxiety?
So if there's some anxiety, you might want to take calming crystals into consideration. Rose quartz, angelite, aquamarine. Uh, you could go for grounding crystals like black tourmaline as well. So yeah, rose quartz, angelite, black tourmaline, aquamarine, amazonite. These are the calming crystals. They will calm you down.
So that means I have black tourmaline. So that can be used for both anxiety and it
Yeah,
can
but
be for
the
otherwise
reason
negative.
being that the reason why I said black tourmaline is because black tourmaline will absorb excess anxiety, and angelite or rose quartz, they will create like a sense of peace, soft calmness.
So together they can be worn. Black
Yes,
tourmaline
yes,
and rosalite can
yes,
be worn
yes,
together.
yes, yes.
In left or right arm, as you mentioned, both are fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Anything
Sorry,
is
just the
fine.
last one. I have the
Mhm.
black tourmaline angel, small one. So if I have to clean myself, I just hold the way you told us, right?
You have an angel, right?
Yeah, angel is there.
So you don't hold it in the shape of like how wands are held. So if you
Uh-huh.
have basically an angel, like it
Yeah.
must be this size that you have.
Yeah. Smaller one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
same.
yeah. So just either place it on your solar plexus or third eye. Lie down, place it on the solar plexus or third eye, one of the two chakras, and close your eyes. The crystal will absorb whatever is required.
And how much time? Like no time limit.
Yeah, a couple of minutes, anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. Sometimes it can be longer, but because it's a small piece, I'm assuming
Yeah.
less time is also fine.
So the
Some
face
crystals
of the angel upwards or on towards ourselves?
doesn't really matter, honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it should be fine anyways. One crystal which is like, very interesting if you want to like get is modavite. Looks like a piece
Okay.
of glass more than in it's actually glass more than. So modavites are basically the ones I was mentioning, which is like a meteorite which fell down on earth thousands of years back, cooled, and now have like some cool superpowers. It's something which is like which is a very interesting crystal with a lot of. Some people when they hold moldavite, they are simply gonna like this shiver. It's gonna create like a shivering sort of a you know thing, because the vibration is very high of moldavite. Mostly you will not get a very big piece. They are gonna be like this, like a coin, like a 1 dirham coin or a $1 coin sort of thing. I would not go and buy something very small. So at least it should be like this much. You may be able to find like this big also. If you do, let me know. I'll buy it from you. So yeah, people who live in European countries like Czech Republic and stuff, Hungary and stuff, they might have access to Moldavite because that's where the crystal is found. So there's this river where Morda River or something, where apparently the meteorite fell and cooled down. So there's only so much. The Earth is not creating it. It's basically came from the space. It's a very good crystal, and if you have access to it, if you know a place where they are selling genuine ones, you can get it. How do you know if it's genuine? Moda white, most easy thing is to just hold it. Within minutes, either your body will heat up or you will feel like this, the tremor inside. Something will shift. With Moda white, it's not gonna be like you hold and nothing happens. Something will always shift. It's a very powerful crystal, and if you wanna add on to your collection, I would say go for it. It's slightly more expensive than other crystals, basically. So yeah,
Okay.
that's that.
Can I ask a question, please?
Mm-hmm.
What's the side effect of healing by crystal?
Sorry, what's what?
Side effect of healing by crystal?
Side effect? No, there's no such thing. There's no side effect to healing, I feel. The only side effect is that we stop buying into a lot of unnecessary stuff that people want to sell us. You know, where there are the outside, in the outside world, I see people trying to manipulate in the name of love, control us in the name of love. They want us to buy the beauty products and making convincing us that we are not good enough. You're going to stop buying into that lies. That's what's going to happen. So you will become very different from, what you were, because everything that you thought was true, you're going to question. That's one of the side effect of any spiritual development. But yeah, working with crystals, there's no side effect. Gemstones is a different category. Some people say that when you work with gemstones, you should check your birth charts and you should be very careful about it. But with crystals, it's not like that, honestly.
Yeah, I heard that it's يعني make your chakra very big. So any people suffering from anxiety or sad, it's become also so big because
No.
field
It's
is
not like
become
chakra become big. Crystals are basically intuitive, but sometimes what happens is you have picked up a crystal that is healing you in a way that you're not ready to handle. So it is too intense for you. So let's just say I'm working with a crystal which is making me very psychic. It's making my psychic abilities very, very powerful, and I'm able to perceive things very, very strongly. But what if I'm freaking out with that? So that could be my ability to not handle what's happening, right? So anytime if something like that is happening, you have to come back to your teacher and explain to them that this is what's happening. What do I do? This is not just with crystals. Honestly, with any healing modality, this is going to happen. Places, that you were in your comfort zone, you were living in a certain way. When you start to heal, changes happen. When changes happen, our first reaction is we sometimes freak out. It's very normal. And therefore, whoever you're working with, you have to go to them and tell them this is happening, and hopefully they will be able to guide you well. When my students do Reiki level 2, a lot of them start to see and visualize and perceive things better. And as a teacher, I calm them down. I tell them what to expect. Some of them start to get kundalini energy activated. Some of them are their third eyes are opening. Some of them, they start to become very brave and talk back. A lot of stuff happens. If change is not what you want, then healing is not the path, right? The whole reason why we come to heal is to come out of all those places to a better place. And change in the beginning could be hard, but as we go by, slowly it starts to get easier. So yeah, there's no side effect. There's only temporary discomfort, I would say, until you figure out what's happening and do something about it.
And there's any relationship between Kundalini energy and crystal?
Yeah, every healing technique is going to work with that one way or the other. Because the more you open, the more your chakras are cleaned, the more your energy is open, the faster your kundalini is going to activate. It's going to happen one way or the other. On this path, it will happen.
What are your views on new moon or Amavasya, as they say, like, does that bring our energy down? Like, do we need to
Yeah.
use specific crystals
Um,
during?
no, I would say take a rest. I personally don't prefer working on no moons. Amavasya, no moon. I don't do energy work. I ask my clients, I tell my clients that it's no moon, and I would prefer to start our sessions again when the moon comes up. I feel very tied to the moon energy as well. It's like it's basically there should be some moon, but when it's full moon energies, workers know that the energies are more stronger, that everything is stronger at that time. So I take more sessions during full moons. But yeah, no moon is the time where you just simply rest and relax, I guess. Don't do much. If you want to do some meditations, that's fine. Just take a day off from everything. All right, righty right. I guess it's we went more than okay. We gotta close, guys. So okay. Can you, if you have any crystals, once again, I would ask is hold on to the crystals. If you don't, it's okay. Simply close your eyes and please join me in a small meditation prayer. As you close your eyes, allow yourself to breathe in, breathe out, and as you're breathing in and you're breathing out, you're allowing yourself to let go of any thoughts, any energies that's coming to you. Every breath out is a let go. Every breath out is a let go. Imagine that there's this beautiful crystalline light with varied colors in your heart chakra. This crystalline light energy radiates into your heart and spreads in each and every cell of your body. And this light spreads all around Mother Earth, connecting with each and every crystal, becoming a network, a grid of powerful crystalline energy. This grid holds the codes of sacred geometry, and it's now creating a harmony, a union of divine perfection in your universe. All you feel is gratitude, lots and lots of gratitude. Slowly come back. Slowly come back. Thank you very much for joining me, for taking interest in evolving your consciousness and being a better version of you. Thank you so much, guys. You've been great.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Really
you.
enjoyed the session.
Thanks.
Hopefully we can do it, of course, with you.
Hopefully.
Thank you,
Thank
Naz.
you,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.